Did you suffer injuries in an accident and you're wondering how much your case is worth? Check out this video to find out. Hey everybody, Barry here with the Lawful channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can. Now, let's get into the video. So, how do you value a personal injury case? It's a difficult question. It's not cut and dry. But the first thing I want to tell you is how not to value your case. There used to be this old formula in the 80s and 90s, and people still try to use it today. And it doesn't work. People used to take their medical bills or their specials, and they used to multiply them by 2 or 3, and then make a demand of an insurance company like Allstate. Well, insurance companies scoff at that. They don't use that kind of formula, and it's not grounded in anything. It has no basis for use. So don't use that formula anymore. All right, so if you're not using that formula, what do you do? Before we get there, I want to tell you there's 2 different types of damages you're going to recover for. One is called special damages, and the other is called general damages. Now, special damages refer to your economic damages, meaning your lost wages, your medical bills, your out-of-pocket expenses. Things like that are fully recoverable. So make sure you have all that in a row before you put them in front of the insurance adjuster. The second type of damages are what you usually hear about in personal injury cases, and those are your general damages. This is where you try to obtain compensation for things like your pain and suffering. So the question is, how do you measure pain and suffering? How do you know what to ask for? And what does it depend on? Well, there is no formula per se. It's really a sliding scale based on a wide variety of factors. Some on the left side, some on the right side, and that'll depend on how much your case is worth. One thing I can guarantee you is that your opinion as to how much your pain and suffering is worth is going to be very different than the insurance companies. So the first factor you want to look at is your severity of injury. And this is where that sliding scale really comes into play, because if you suffered a back sprain or strain or something like that, it's going to be on one side of the sliding scale. And on the other side are severe injuries like herniated discs, broken bones, brain injuries, and even wrongful death. Another factor to look at is how much medical treatment did your injuries require? So, for example, I've had clients who got involved in an accident and then drove themselves to the emergency room, got checked out, had a back sprain, and that's about the extent of their medical treatment. Conversely, there are people who require MRIs and physical therapy and surgery. The more extreme or the more severe your medical treatment, the more your case is likely worth. A third factor to consider is permanency. How permanent are your injuries? If you're going to walk with a limp the rest of your life because of your injuries, that's pretty severe. However, if you just suffered a back strain and the pain and discomfort goes away after a couple weeks, that's not going to be worth very much. Likewise, I've had clients who were involved in motorcycle accidents or dog bites who had scarring on their face. And this is particularly true for female clients. If you've got a permanent disfigurement, like a scarring in an area that's open and available to the public, that's worth a lot more money than if you had an injury that went away after a couple days. Now, I said I don't want to talk about special damages too much, and I don't, because it's kind of a no-brainer. If you suffered lost wages, you're entitled to recover those wages. I just want to point out to you that you should be keeping your receipts and monitoring your expenses, your mileage, whatever you spent as a result of the accident, because those things can really increase the value of your recovery. Don't slide on those. Keep a record and utilize them later on when you try to resolve your case. And there's one last factor I want to talk about, and this is a little self-promotion, so forgive me. Not on behalf of myself, but I have found over and over and over again that companies like Allstate and State Farm and these gigantic multi-billion-dollar insurance companies will lowball victims in accidents if they're not represented by an attorney. So if you have the ability, I strongly recommend that you consult with a personal injury attorney about your injuries, and if you can, use one to recover the maximum amount that you can. Okay, now it's time for your take on the law. Were you involved in an accident, and did you feel like you didn't recover as much as your injuries were worth? Tell us about it in the comments section below. Okay, thanks everybody for checking out this short video on how to value your personal injury case. If you haven't already, would you please subscribe to our channel? And if you have any questions or concerns about a legal issue, please feel free to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can.